Excellent. Okay, move this baby forward. Now, when we get there, investigate the memorial. Scientist Trailing Kerman would like you to go investigate memorial. We are there. 1, 0. We are entering memorial. Collect signs of 2. How are we supposed to collect signs here? We have all the signs. There is no more signs that we can get. Crew report? Collect signs at 2? Oh, collect signs. Temperature scan, pressure scan, seismic scan. Okay. So, seismic scan, log it. Keep that. There we go. Pressure scan. Log it. And temperature. Log it. That's collected all, and that completed the rover expedition. Excellent. That is easier than I thought. Wait, get away, get away. No wonder that's only 15,000. But okay, that works, and nobody died. Excellent. Thank you for that follow. So the tourist we've already determined we cannot do. Polar orbit, sure, we could. Gets us some nice cash. Rover missions, rover on the Mun, we'd love to do it. Not ready yet. Though, hold on. That's it? Do you remember when I said, do we do a probe landing on the Mun? Do we do a manned flight? And I already mentioned, manned flight might be too risky. Why not land a rover on the Mun? That completes the multiple objectives. Ah, that is excellent. That's gonna be our plan. That's our mission. And the highlight of the mission is that no one died. Yeah, that's a good bonus. Rover deployment. Launch a new rover to the Mun. Include all scientific instrumentation you can. Check. Boom. And that'll... it won't allow us to return from a flyby. That's a different mission. Although we could combine the two. We could get one vessel that has a lander that detaches, deploys a rover to the Mun, and then the vessel itself has a flyby. We collect some science, and we have that returned to Kerbal. I love it. First order of business is creating a rover that works. Rover on the Mun, yes! Hey, Maiden, enjoy your food, or cooking, depending on where you are in the process. Okay. I think this is the proper orientation for a rover. So, let's adjust our view. So there we go. The rover is in the middle. Mun rover, baby. No one getting killed is considered a bonus. Yes, Fob. That is the yearly bonus I can give to my employees. Congratulations. This year, you shall not die. Enjoy your holiday. There we go. That should be the appropriate orientation. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so here's the thing about a rover. It's going to need to be able to communicate with Kerbal. Now, putting something like this on there is just too big. We're going to want a simple communitron on there. And of course, it's a rover, so it's gonna have to walk somewhere. It's gonna have to drive. Now this, I think is gonna be too big. This is more for something that could take Kerbal somewhere. This, however, this is a type of leg that could work. But let's see if we can we adjust this structurally? Can we make it wider? What do we do with this rover? Maybe this is, for example, another thing that you can do. Note, by the way, all the connection plates. You could do something like this to make your rover bigger than it originally would be, but just trying to see if you can get the correct node to accept. Oh wait, I just had it, darn it. Ah. Usually it's easier when you do it from the bottom, except when it has multiple connections, because then it tends to connect to the wrong one. See, the top is easy. Then you have much more space to place something, but let's see if we can make this one minimal. Now, one thing I'd like to test then is how stable can we make our rover? Let's go for the standard 2 legs. How stable would this thing be? Except my node. Although that sentence does sound like good news, everybody. I wanted to say everyone and then halfway went into everybody, so it went into everyone-y. How are you all doing? That is, by the way, not a Professor Farnsworth at all. Hi, Wally. Aww. Thank you for the follow. Okay, this is just for the stupidity of it. Meh. No. Let's see. How do we do something like this? I'm gonna rotate these babies. Rotate them so they're pointing a little bit more forward. And then just one step down, just a tiny bit down. Let's adjust their light. So I want them... Oh right, that's a little bit tricky to do. There we go. We'll point them at the ground so we can see what light they'll give. I want them to be a little bit yellowish. That's too yellow. Can we get them? There we go. A little bit paler. That's a little bit more to the green. Something like that. A little bit yellowish. Now it's going to be driving like this. And that way it illuminates quite a bit. Look at that. Maybe rotate it there, like that, a little bit to the side. So you can either get it intensely at the front, but I'd rather get a good wide view of the surroundings. Maybe though they're a little bit big. Let's adjust these to be just smaller. This is the cheap thing about tweak scale though. You can make them smaller, but they illuminate exactly the same. See, until you make them until you make them just unfeasibly large, infeasibly. But yeah, you can make them. Look at how tiny you can make them, but they still have that amount of light. So fine, let's just keep them at normal size then. Okay, that is good light-wise. Lights off. Kerbal astronaut, your Christmas bonus is now getting killed in the past year. Yeah. You know, we're a progressive employer. There we go. Just try to make sure that they're not exactly... This is like a Kerbal right now. Okay, we are going to need a communitron. Maybe even two, actually, come to think of it. Wait, let's first try and get all our science where we need it to be. So we're going to want it to have Kerbal engineer. There we go. That could be at the bottom. Oh wait, that's floating right now. Okay, C, so we have precision controls. Place it exactly on the surface. There we go. Now, the magnetometer. That's going to be... Let's press C again. That's going to be pretty huge. So in this case, I want it to be as small as possible. Although, that's going to increase the cost. Look at that, 5,300. If I decrease it, it massively increases the cost. It's still ridiculous though. Okay, let's just see what we can make with what we have right now. Now there's no point in bringing in Science Junior or Submersible, because we're not going to bring it back, and there's no water on the mud. Now this though, this is I believe only orbital, isn't it? Deploy and use while in low to high orbit, not for use during atmospheric flight or surface deployment. No point in bringing it. Geiger counter is something you can do in the surface, but I'm suddenly realizing more important on the surface is going to be photovoltaic cells. We're going to make sure this thing keeps charged. Hey there, Cha-Cha. How long till sub-mode? I mentioned it earlier in the stream. I'm trying to rack my brain as to what could be a cool sub-mode. I have no idea what I could make that would be worthy of the Twitch Amazon Prime sub. Just seriously, in general, I have no idea what I'd make. Hi, kitty. It's not that late, kitty. Maybe this is important, be a bit wasteful, but let people know there's a rover coming. Hi, kitty. Thank you for that follow. Hi, kitty. Let's just put a bunch of this science that we can on the top of this thing. Oh, this is a downer. This clips weirdly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this one outward to offset it in a weird way. Does that not keep? It does not keep. Okay, I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna just use the offset tool like this. That makes it hover. So let's precision it down. There we go. And then That was... If you put C back, it just reverts. So, let's move it here. And what else do we have? We have pressure. Thermometer. Wait, what? Did I... Did all that care and then... accidentally remove it myself. There. Line carefully. Put a thermometer right next to it. Just think of one you would like to use. That's what I'm doing with yours. It's just a Kappa B with an extra shiny forehead, like ding! That would be funny. Yeah, it's weird. I just I don't know. I want to think of something that's fun, that's fitting, but isn't too particularly connected to one thing. So like, while right now a Kerbal face might be funny, and I'll be playing Kerbal for quite a while, I don't want that to be the thing of the channel, you know? So I don't really know what I'm gonna do about it. Okay, all of these are surface experiments, as in it needs a Kerbal to set them up, so that's not gonna work. I think actually this is all the science we have right now. So a rechargeable battery might be good. This is a massive battery, by the way. Let's see. If we wouldn't have this, we would have 3 hours and 36 minutes of power. But what I'm worried about is this being in the front would destabilize it. So I'm gonna move these. Try and place this one in about the middle. Check the center of mass. Look at how it's low. That's actually good. Could I move it lower? No. Doesn't really matter where I place this one now. Actually, it doesn't really matter where I place it at all, apparently. It just shifts the mass a little bit. So it does raise it slightly when I put it here. But that's alright. Well, that's a bit of a downer. Okay, this will work out. Want to place this here. Place this on the other side. There we go. A golden Kappa B. That's actually in Akashi's channel already. The golden Kappa B. Payload's good. Coupling, don't really need that right now. Actually, RCS points aren't a crazy idea. The only problem with them is I'd also have to bring RCS fuel. And that's a bit wasteful because we need to bring... Wow, okay. Relax, buddy. See, we need to bring some of these, and they would... I have this little ball, this sort of like miniature tennis ball with a tail on it. Indy is freaking out with it right now. I love it. Oh my god, you need to see this. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can tweet this. Keep playing Indy. Unfortunately, he's playing right underneath the green screen. Are you playing adorable little kitty? I'm not watching him. Not watching him at all. Jackpot. Hashtag Twitch. Hashtag cat. Little stream companion going nuts near the green screen. That is happening right now. Enjoy. Okay, I was saying about the center of weight. It's going to be heavily determined by these things. Unless I scale them down. Maybe place them at the bottom here. The reason for that is I want to make sure that the center of weight is low. Because it's already over these wheels. So they're going to have a tendency to want to flip. Actually. Hey. Let's rotate. 1, 2. Rotate. 1, 2. I wonder if would that be stable? See, the center of weight, center of mass, and the height of this, it's all coming down now. Far, far lower. Hopefully that should keep it more stable than otherwise it would be. Now the RCS thrusters, as I said, would be nice in case it freaks out in an emergency. Let's see how much I would get. Doesn't exactly let me know. It's not worth it. It's too much extra mass. I think we're okay with this. Wow, man. Well, howdy there, rover boy. Mount camera, we don't need that. We don't need any of these things. Don't need Kerbalism. We have the signs we need. We have a thermometer on it. We have a seismic. We have the flight engineering system. We have the Geiger counter, magnetometer, pressure barometer. This doesn't work on the surface. We're not taking it back. This is in orbit. These are all Kerbal Mountain. This is in water. I think we need communication, and that's it. And we can just put those babies right there. That's it. This thing is actually pretty feature complete. Okay, X2 for now. Think of a cool name for this. I want to test it out. I want to see how stable it is. Like a 70s coffee table with too much stuff on it. Indy's hunting that thing. He's having so much fun. Let's turn the lights up. Oh, yep. It is, of course, suffering the reverse thing because I'm using that joystick. Oh, not inverse steering, though. So, inverse motor is what we need to do. Let's check. This thing is going to be slow. Look at that. 6 meters per second. Remember how the other one got up to 30? That's because we were using different wheels. Now, that's good, though, because on the Mun, you don't want to go... I don't know if you're hearing that, but that is amazing. On the Mun, you do not want to go swiftly, because you will flip over without a problem. How well can you turn? Holy crap! Thank you for that follow. This thing turns. It also, those things look like eyes, just pointing in different directions. It's like it's really confused. This thing is not that bad at all. Space oddity, haha. This thing turns faster than a Roman senator. I think so far, this baby is pretty good. Come on. Even on a slope, that thing does not want to flip around. I was thinking it might be worthwhile getting RCS on like two spots. That if it has flipped over, I can simply fire the RCS and it'll try to right itself again. No, this is just fine. The only thing we need to think of is how do we deliver this to the Mun? And that's probably going to involve some kind of sky crane. Which means it might have been... We want room below here because it's going to fall on this. Maybe it does need RCS. Now, I want some kind of rig, some kind of thing that's going to be on top of this that has little engines that are able to drop it off. And then I'm going to throttle those up to high, basically decouple this thing, which means that they're going to need a attachment thingy on top. Maybe like right there to attach a Separatron and get the entire thing dropped. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the stream for today, Vaden. Oh, hello, that's what I was waiting for. Temperature scan. Temperature is elevated, but it's probably just a new recruit's excitement to meet a real astronaut. Aw, you're a real astronaut, buddy. You're just checking the lowly barometer, new recruits don't recognize you and walk right past. Astronaut sure missing out on his grand adventure of, you know, right outside the astronaut bay. Thank you for that follow. Okay, this will work quite well. Seriously, this is the best thing I've seen Indy do in a while. Okay, we've gotten some science. We've tested this baby. Break. It definitely does not last hours. Maybe just on standby, but not while driving. Having an issue with the internet connection? Ah, love you too, baby. Thank you for dropping in. Perfect. Okay, so all we still need is a good name. A good name and a place to attach a Separatron. So a cubic octagonal strut will serve us in our needs. I'm gonna place that baby here. And that's where we attach the separator. Actually, we can just do a Separatron. I believe those separate in the direction of what they aim for. Otherwise, this thing's just gonna have a crown. So, what do we call this? Route it to that one? Oh, no. And make this into a subassembly. We're gonna make it into a rover. Little Dick Grayson. Alright then. This is part of the JXS program, the Junior Experimental Science Mun mission. The Jexus 1. We're gonna get Jexus to the Mun. Don't save. We don't need to save this one. We've saved it in subassembly.